Yo guys, this is Reinhardt. Let's get into this solo queue really quick. I'm hanging on by the life thread against the Shadow Priest and the Demon Hunter, and I'm gonna get here a bubble, and I'm gonna make an amazing, beautiful AOE setup here, guys. Just take a look at it. So, I popped the AOE snare. I actually got the interrupt and avoid torrent. I'm ready to provide the counter pressure. I'm gonna grip into the blind on a druid. I'm gonna pop the defile here on top of all of three of them. I'm gonna pop the AOE grip. And for God knows reason, my monk pops the freaking Ring of Piss. That just throws them out of my AoE, and I did no damage. So, at the end, the enemy team would get the counter pressure on us, and I would go down. So let's focus on another few wins that I actually did win and pull off some really solid gameplay. So here we're gonna get Murky on the Shadow Priest. Demon Hunter has a really good survivability into the physical, melee, not as much as magical, believe it or not. So in this case, it's better to actually train Shadow Priest and not let them freak out. So I'm gonna pop my pre-Army of the Dead. I'm gonna try to see if I can do some Mango damage. I'm gonna pop my Dark Transformation. I'm gonna Lichborn this into the Unholy Frenzy, into the Apocalypse, and the Priest is actually gonna go down really fast. At 2.1k, people still forget to disperse. I'm gonna cut out the boring part of the next match, and I'm gonna start off with a beautiful defile into the Clawing Shadows, just a kind of this AoE split pressure. Now, here we're gonna be fighting against the Rusted Druids. The thing about Rusted Druids, guys, is that it is not that difficult to kill them. But when they apply a lot of HUDs on themselves, like here, he's trying to bait me, and he's trying to have me force and DPS him as much as possible. Now, Druid is fully HUDed. There is no point in actually DPSing him. My Shadow Priest doing a decent job of surviving, but the Warrior is completely dry of no HUDs, and the Druid has to waste time reapplying it. Now we actually overlap here our CCs on the Rusted Druid, but that puts him kind of a further behind on HUDing every single person out there. I'm gonna get into Asphyxiate, into just a normal regular swap on the Rusted Druid, have him spend those globals, and then for some reason this monk just loves putting a Ring of Peace every single time I'm trying to set up a Defile Cleave. But anyway, we actually hard swap to the Warrior, who had no HUDs, and we got a relatively easy score kill on him. And that's the thing about Rusted Druids. It's not about trading one target consistently, because if the Rusted Druid can just apply HUDs over and over, you will not get anywhere with your damage. Kind of a last matchup of this solo queue rounds. This Rusted Druid was definitely MVP. He was going for 6-0, and I was so happy that I was able to get one win away from him and put myself as a 4-2. So with that said, is here finally I'm not gonna have a bad healer who would be Ring of Piecing my damage all the time. So in this case, I'm gonna have some of my damage get actually synced in. I'm gonna get stunned here. I'm gonna IBF into a Blinding Sheet, into the Defile, into Lichborn out of the Fear, and I'm gonna start cleaving here like no other. Unfortunately, the monk did get Cyclone, so some of my cleave did go to waste, and otherwise he would have been at bound like 20, would have 20 to 30 HP missing that he had to heal through. Now, here this Defile was a waste. I have a Saradun proc on both of them at the same time, and it's a prime for the second Defile. Now, I have a Rotten Touch going on both of them simultaneously at the same time. Now it's time to get some damage in. Now, if you guys notice, I do have a reminiscent. I still get freaking Ring of Peace out of my Defile. I am actually running, guys, with a bit of a Soul Reaper build. To be honest, not for the major part of a Soul Reaper being such a strong cooldown. Defile and Claw Cleave. Look how wonderful, how much wonders it does with a proper setup. So, guys, Soul Reaper is not bad. It actually hits for about 197 to 120k and is getting buffed next season. So I want to actually kind of prep myself to see if it would be viable to use it. Otherwise, the thing I noticed about Soul Reaper, it's so awesome, is that because everybody is running that Gladiator Losa, everybody gets the audio warning that Soul Reaper is on them, they start popping their defensive so prematurely, and it's actually kind of a nice mind game. With that said, is the cleave never fails, and I finally was able to cleave them both down the ground, securing my 4 wins here. As always, my friends, I love you all to death, and I'm gonna see you guys soon. Expect the guides. Love ya.